Hi guys, I'm Nate from Recapped Now. Today, I'm going to recap a 2018 sci-fi fantasy movie called 2050. A married man named Michael Greene is struggling to find intimacy with his wife. One day he finds a parlor that offers a solution, customizable human bot. But this thing turn his future totally. Let's find out. Michael Greene is a video game developer who struggles with his relationship with his wife, Brooke. They are on their way to visit Brooke's younger brother, Drew, who they constantly check on because of his unpredictable behavior. Drew seems unhappy about their unannounced visit, but he has no choice but to let them in. The couple brings his favorite food, but he is still annoyed that they came uninvited. As they catch up in the kitchen, a woman named Quinn follows Drew and complains about her headache. Drew tells her to rest, as he is still busy talking to his visitors. Brooke teases Drew about Quinn, but he says they are not exclusively dating. While Drew eats his dinner, Michael offers to massage Quinn and realizes that she is not human, but a robot. He lets out a faint scream which alarms Drew, so he runs to check on them. Drew begs his brother-in-law to keep it a secret between them, but Michael is still in shock. To buy his silence, Drew offers a $10,000 investment in Michael's company, and he agrees. The following night, Michael and Drew meet at a bar to discuss sex bots for research. According to Michael, these robots are like cars, as someone can rent, lease, or buy them depending on their financial situation. Robots like Quinn can be programmed, so the buyer can decide on their behavior and personality. As Drew is still moving on from his ex, Diana, he meets with his friend David to hang out. David brings up that Diana is seeing Cameron, a robot, but Drew laughs the rumor off. However, David is sure about it and tells Drew that he will find out the truth in a matter of days. At work, Rain, Michael's colleague, notices his struggles in focusing. She asks if it's about the kids, but he says everything is fine at home. Contrary to that, Michael's face tells a different story, but Rain settles with his claims. That night, Michael and Brooke decide to have a romantic evening and try something new. The couple engages in role-playing to initiate intimacy, but Brooke isn't into it at all. As a result, Michael is frustrated and disappointed. Brooke comes closer to say that they are fine and that there is no need to try anything new. Both of them make amends and end up making love to each other. For days, Michael could not help but realize that he wanted something more from Brooke, but she could not provide it. He is looking for something exciting while she is deeply comfortable and settled with what they have. Michael decides to visit a warehouse called Butterfly Chasers, which was recommended by Drew to do his research on robots. He arrives at the dark underground bar and finds numerous people in a room performing pleasurable acts to each other. Some purely engage in conversation, while others are physical. One could not tell who are robots and humans because the similarity is uncanny, and all Michael could do is read the room. He sees people from different walks of life: old, young, men, women, and so on. Shortly after, he leaves out of discomfort and thinks that he does not belong there. On his way out, the bartender asks him why he wants to leave so soon, and Michael says he just came out of curiosity. The bartender offers him a drink, and he accepts despite his confusion. To break the ice, the bartender tells Michael that the robots are not necessarily for intimacy, but more of a companion. Michael becomes less tense and browses through the screen to look at the features available for robot customization. While he swipes through the screen, he receives a text from Brooke, and Michael realizes that he is committing a mistake against his wife. He leaves the bar unannounced and rushes home to join his family. Meanwhile, Drew and David meet again as the latter shows him a picture of Diana and Cameron, who are now officially dating. David explains that Diana chose Cameron over Drew because robots are programmed to be perfect, and that's what she wants. Upon hearing David's words, Drew thinks that he can still save his relationship with Diana by trying to be perfect. The following day, Drew is more than willing to change himself for the woman he loves. He meets with Michael to ask him if he could be his mentor and remind him of his goal. Michael laughs at the idea of Drew competing with a machine to be perfect, but Drew is insistent. A major lifestyle adjustment is needed for Drew to change his attitude and behavior completely, and Michael thinks it is close to impossible. With his marriage going downhill, Michael returns to Butterfly Chasers to spend the night and customize a robot for his liking. Michael enters the physical features he wants for a woman and waits for the system to produce the perfect one for him. He downs 2 drinks before meeting the robot he customized named Sophia. They engage in conversation, and Sophia quickly makes her moves on Michael. He tells her that having a date with a robot is not considered infidelity, but he is still battling his morals. Sophia assures him that everything is fine as long as he gets the pleasure he needs, and just like that, Michael gives in. She leads him into a private room to continue their intimate moment together. The following day, Brooke notices something different about Michael as he seems happier. As a father, Michael becomes more present and volunteers to take the kids out after school. To kickstart Drew's journey to wellness, they meet a nutritionist named Allie, who prepares healthy juices for him. Michael enrolled Drew in Allie's detox program, and she is more than happy to assist him. While Drew is cultivating a better relationship with his diet, Michael is also cultivating his relationship with a robot. He spends most nights with Sophia, completely forgetting that he is a married man. Michael regularly visits the bar to perform his passionate desires on Sophia, while his wife waits for him at home. His curiosity about robots has turned into an obsession as he envisions a life with Sophia. At one point, Michael asks Drew if Sophia could stay at his place while his research is still ongoing. Drew finds it odd, but he agrees anyway, because Michael has kept his word of keeping everything from his sister. Quinn plays chess with Drew in his apartment, but he notices that the robot is letting him win. Drew comments on it, but Quinn says she is designed to let him win all the time. According to Drew, he needs to be challenged to be better, but Quinn says she is unbeatable if she competes to the best of her abilities. Her words make Drew reflect on his self-improvement journey and question his growth. That night, Drew meets with David at a bar, but he refuses to drink alcohol. David notices his changes and comments that he is not being his true self, but is only putting a front act. They argue as Drew believes he is becoming better, not just for Diana, but for himself. Michael loses more focus despite his claims that his research is improving in terms of work. Rain calls to ask for more reports, but Michael is having a moment with Sophia. Sensing that she might be interrupting something, Rain apologizes and thinks that Michael is with Brooke. The following day, Brooke confronts Michael and accuses him of having an affair with another woman. According to her, Rain apologized to her, thinking that Michael was with her the previous day. Michael acts defensive and blames Rain for making things up, but he realizes his fault deep inside. Brooke walks out on him, but she remains calm about the situation, contrary to what Michael expected. Full of guilt, Michael storms to the bar and asks the bartender to bring him to the manager as he has multiple inquiries. The bartender follows his request and walks him to the warehouse full of robotic parts. After they reach the end of the warehouse, the bartender reveals that he is actually the manager and offers Michael an honest conversation about Sophia. Right away, the bartender is aware that Michael is in love with Sophia, but he remains defensive. While Michael is in distress, the bartender is ecstatic as his goal for the machines proves to be a success. In some way, Michael blames the machines for ruining his life, but the bartender says love comes naturally. In defense, the bartender also reiterates that his machines are programmed subordinates and are only products of other people's desires and morality. All the while, Drew is about to approach Diana to rekindle their broken relationship. However, he sees how happy and carefree Diana is, so he decides to leave her be and just be happy for her. Although he did not get what he wanted, Drew is at peace with the fact that he saw Diana happy with her life. The following day, Brooke and David meet at the bridge and discuss things from the past. Both of them are constant in each other's lives as they grew up together, with David being Drew's best friend. David confesses that he still has feelings for her after all these years, but Brooke remains loyal to her husband. She chooses to walk out, which leaves David alone and in pain. After some time, Michael decides to tell Brooke the truth about his affair with Sophia. He hands her the card from Butterfly Chasers and admits to his mistake, leaving her devastated. She becomes docile and distant for days, in disbelief that her husband cheated on her with a literal machine. Their marriage is on the verge of ending as their family life crumbles as well. To ensure that he is getting rid of anything that limits his self-growth, Drew gives Quinn to David. He leaves her at his best friend's apartment after signing a lease that gives David total ownership of the robot. Michael continues his relationship with Sophia, and it goes on for months. He misses his kids, but he continuously focuses on spending time with Sophia. One night, they coincidentally sit beside Diana and Cameron at a nearby restaurant. Diana opens the conversation and assures Michael that there is no shame in falling in love with a robot. According to her, robots are companions if people have no one to talk to or share life with. An open mind is all it takes to be happy in life, and dating machines are an escape from reality. After dinner, Michael immediately drives home and forces Brooke to see him at their garage. He tells Brooke to get inside the car while Sophia sits in the back seat, making Brooke angrier. Michael persuades her to just sit and listen to him, as there may still be hope in fixing their broken marriage. When Brooke refuses, Michael reveals that he knows what happened between her and David years ago. His words immediately silence Brooke, and Michael adds that he built Sophia because he was longing for love. They discuss their struggles and burdens in their marriage for the first time since they felt tension. They realize that all it lacked was the courage to ask for what they wanted from each other unapologetically. Michael suggests that Brooke have her own robot that would provide her needs while they work on their relationship, and she is not totally against it. The couple reaches an agreement to free each other from judgment about what they want to progress as partners and as parents. Please do hit that like button if you enjoyed the recap. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell for more movie recaps. Stay tuned for our next cinematic adventure, and until then, happy watching.